Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. This is Jimmy K here with How the Stock Market, and for this video we'll be going over the ticker AMD. Um, Closing today closed at around $14 in the market price per share, and we're just going to go over why it closed at such a high cap today. Um, a couple hours before the market closed, AMD announced its partnership with Tesla. It's currently working and developing a AI chip for self-driving cars. And once again, this isn't how do I say this? This isn't for sure that's happening. It's speculated most likely for now, but there has been a lot of press releases regarding their partnership, so it can be assumed that they will be working together in this project. So let's just go over the news by CNBC here. Um, they're working with AMD to refine its new chip, which will likely reduce its reliance on NVIDIA. So this makes sense because in the market today, AMD I believe lost. Yeah, a loss. It went down by about 1%, while AMD rose nearly almost 5%. Tesla has more than 50 employees involved in the project. Um, Tesla is getting closer to having its own chip. Let's see if there's anything interesting in the news. According to the source, will build on top of AMD intellectual property. So both Tesla and AMD will both benefit from this partnership. If we look at Tesla today, which I haven't really looked into for a while because they're fairly high priced, I believe, for me. They closed at a minus zero point 0.3, which isn't bad. I mean, fairly even, but they're currently at around 374 price per share. I remember not too long ago, it was around 270s, and it's already up more than $100 within just a couple of months, which is insane to me. That's pretty insane, especially when they're already at such a high price. But yeah, so it looks like they're both heading in the right direction for both of their companies. Tesla Silicon Project is bounding ahead under the leadership of the longtime chip architect Jim Keller, head of architect pilot, two stints, more than 50 AMD and Tesla. Request for comment. Okay. So they're not responding to the public at this moment. Currently, Tesla vehicles use NVIDIA graphics processing as part of the NVIDIA, but the two companies parted ways last year after an accident. So basically, NVIDIA used to be partners with Tesla. Now they're not partners anymore because of some sort of issues that happened last year. But NVIDIA has been uh, doing fairly well recently. So I wouldn't say it affected them too much, but then again, if they kept the partnership with Tesla, it may be likely that they would have um, increased more on the long side. But who knows? That's all speculation, and GPUs from the likes of NVIDIA's are widely used, are capable of doing many things, but aren't designed with just a few narrow computing jobs, and hence the custom chip development. So okay, so NVIDIA doesn't provide custom chips. That's factory for Tesla. Another news showed on the market realist showed that NVIDIA and AMD both made the top 5 tech stock list of 2017, which is huge. So the current 5 is NVIDIA, Square, Take-Two Interactive, AMD, and Micron. Micron and AMD are similar. NVIDIA is the highest right now. It's the biggest gainer. Um, in the past year, NVIDIA has been up a whole 200% almost. In just the past year, wow, that's insane. It's a leader in AI, which is the next big thing in tech. So if any of you guys are looking for a sector to get in, AI is a huge market going forward, and it's only just the beginning. I feel like payment processing company Square has a return of 147. Video game publisher. So even video game companies have been going up quite significantly, which makes sense because they rely on a lot of technologies currently in place, and those are both symbiotic. Highest revenue growth: Alibaba, Facebook, Netflix, Nvidia. So yeah, these are mostly the blue chip S&P stocks. So now we're gonna look at the charts for AMD specifically because it was the biggest gainer today in the market on September 20th, 2017. Currently, at this time, right now, it's at $14.10 per share. Man. So personally, for me, my prediction was, or my thoughts was that it would drop a little bit back down to the low 12s, the high 11s, just because of the consistent trend that's been showing this past couple of months. Yeah, it's been hitting around the 1205, 1210s, and then it bounces back up to the 13s, the 14s. So I thought it would do that again if just by looking at the pattern, but this time with the partnership release, it's kind of making a breakthrough. It's on a breakthrough currently. I'm not really sure how this is gonna play out. I mean from the pattern, it's most likely that it will have another dip and it would most likely be a good swing trade opportunity. But yeah, so let's look at it here. I don't think this chart is up to date with in real time, so I'll go on it based on the real time values. So right now it's at 14.13 in the aftermarket trade. Here's my man. Does not work. So let's do 14.13. The highest resistance was at around 1470. Oh no. Right? It was around 1470-ish, I believe. 1450-ish. So it's definitely not here. maybe it went up to 15 in aftermarket, but so let's just say its highest resistance is around 15. Oh wow. So the consistent support levels show to be around the right here, the low 12s. So basically the risk levels not that good, I would say, as of right now. It could most likely dip back down to the low 12s as it has shown to do in the previous um, trends. From May to August, it's been showing a consistent uptrend here, but recent months it's been kind of stabilizing out. Maybe with the maybe with this news, it can show to uptrend, going forward, which is likely possibility. So it may show to be a good investing stock to invest in. Yeah, but the margin of risk right now is I wouldn't really recommend buying into the stock as of right now. Maybe if it dips a little bit down to like the previous resistance around the low 13s now maybe. But then again, this stock has been shown to very volatile and it could drop quite significantly. And then just right before the few minutes before closing, it was consistently trading at around 1270s to 80s range. So maybe I'll wait until then and then it'll upswing back to the 14s or 15 range. But right now, I would say the risk level's too high, and I don't see much margin for profit, unless if there's unless yeah, it's very risky right now at this point. I would like to see it dip a little more and then go in. Maybe it could break through and go to an all-time high to maybe even the 16 range, right? So it could go from here to here. That's very likely also. And then the margin of risk wouldn't be as high. But at the same time, it has never broke through to that level. At the same time, this company's on par with I would say it's pretty on par with Nvidia, which is its major competitor. So trading. And this stock is trading at around 185 range, and AMD's only right now priced at 14. So this company is, 1,000 times more higher in price per share value. Do I think AMD will catch up to companies like Nvidia? I believe so. I believe that's a very strong possibility once they handle their financial situation and their debt levels, and with more partnerships with other big companies, which I see would like it would be much easier now for AMD to partner up with bigger companies because they shown to have partnerships with other companies such as Apple and now Tesla, and even maybe Microsoft, and who knows, but I believe it's going to be like AMD, possibly, right? Because AMD or Nvidia used to be around, $13 range, around the $13 range, and that was in what, 2013 to 14, right? So AMD may be like the next Nvidia, where in about 3 to 4 years it could be trading into the hundreds to almost 200s, right? So I see a very bright future going forward with AMD, and only the hype will tell, and the company and their what kind of projects they're working on, and their partnerships, and what they do in the AI sector. Once again, the AI field is very new, and I feel like there's a lot of opportunities going forward with with that sector, because it's still a very new market, fresh market that not many of the companies that are getting into have dominance over that. So I would say my leaders would be around Tesla and other chipset companies have a very high future, big future going forward into that industry. So yeah, it's around 13, 13 to 14, and then it just jumps all the way up to the 100 to 110s, and it stabilizes out and then breaks through even more. So this may be what we see with Nvidia. So for me personally, I would wait for these red days to happen, and then after a big red day, buy into it, and then maybe it'll break through, and then my risk levels would be a lot lower because of that, and then yeah, my risk would only be like couple percentage, while my gains would be a lot higher. So currently waiting for that. No. Okay, well, I guess that's it for this video. I hope this helped some of you out on why AMD was such a large winner in the market today, and maybe the potential future of this company going forwards. Uh, yeah, hopefully this can come back down to the 12s, the previous support levels around the low 12s, so I could buy back into it. And I mean, based on this trend line, it'll be around the 1230s, 1250s if it's consistent with this. So yeah, hope you guys took away something from this video. If you enjoyed, please support by liking and subscribing and sharing it with your friends or family, whoever. And thank you all for watching, and have a great trading day. Thank you all. See you on the next video.